Already sweating. So bad. This is what happens when you have a second person's body heat, like, emanating from inside you. Okay. I'm not gonna do that. Hello everybody, welcome to this month's Indie Book Club. We are in the month of October. No, we're not. We're in the month of November. Damn it. This is already a mess. Hi everybody, welcome to Indie Book Club for the month of November. This month we're sort of continuing our Halloween-y type creepy book list with the dark fantasy novella, The Vial of Deziar by Kevin Barrick. Alizar, a leader in the rebel network, disappears after venturing into the Forbidden Woods. His best friend, Liam, seems to be the only one of the leaders to want to do anything about it. When any transgression against the elder law is met with a harsh sentence of death, the rebels must calculate their rescue mission carefully. But Liam is drawn by a deeper bond than rebel alliances as he enters the woods alone at night to save Alizar. What was once a superstitious tale of the village now becomes a deadly reality as Liam forsakes the safety of the mountain pass road, drawn by an unknown dark desire. Secrets, addictions, failure, and fear all take grip on the hearts of the rebels as midnight deepens. Who will emerge from the shadows? What danger so grave could rest in the heart of the woods to merit a punishment of death for all those who enter therein? Join the mission, if you dare. I rated this book a 4 on Amazon and Goodreads because there are a lot of reasons why you should read this book. First, it's short and bittersweet. The reason I say that is because if you remember our fairy tales episode back in June, there's a lot of stuff that actually this book fits as a fairy tale. The second reason is you think you know where it's going, and the third reason is what a twist. What this book does great is it establishes a setting and a problem very quickly. You're in a village, you have the elders telling you what to do, and you're not supposed to go into the woods. Everything's fine until you go into the woods, and then they're gonna kill you. And of course they don't say why, it's very mysterious. This is very much like, again, with the fairy tales, Little Red Riding Hood, it's kind of like M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Is it derivative? Yeah, but remember, this is a novella, so you only have so much time to get to the story. You want to establish what's going on so you can get to the actual plot of the story quickly. So right away, you know two things for sure. The elders of the village are hiding something evil, and those kids are definitely going in that woods. And while both of those things happen, they happen in a way that I had absolutely no idea what was coming. So it was a great twist, and part of the reason that I love reading indie books, because I absolutely get so surprised by what authors choose to do and where they go. If you want to read more of my review of the book, check out theuglycatpress.com, where you will find more details about what I've said so far. So there are a lot of great reasons to read this book. Great story, great setup, great twist. But I rated it a 4 for one reason, and basically one reason only, that I'm going to talk about in today's writer's takeaway, which I have titled, Who Are You Again? Critical Characters and Characterization. Vial of Deziar has a really good foundation in it. It's got that plot, it's got that pacing, it's got those stakes, you've got the morals involved with it. Again, a lot of stuff that really fits the fairy tale criteria. Very simple story and very satisfying in the end. Where I say it is a little lacking is in the development of its characters. So I would say within the first 5-ish chapters, we meet a number of protagonists. So you've got Liam, who's the main character. He's the one that initially goes and ventures off to find his friend Alizar, who we actually never meet. He's missing right from the beginning. We only hear him talked about by the other characters in the story. Then you have Kana, who's a girl, and she's part of this rebel alliance who wants to defy the elders and get out of the city. You have another friend who I think his name begins with E, and then you have a 5th guy, if you count Alizar, Liam, Kana, E, and then a 5th guy whose name I also don't remember, who, spoilers, is a spy for the elders, but he ends up getting executed in any case. So you have these 5 protagonists, both primary protagonists and kind of secondary protagonists, and they all want the same thing, right? They all want to overthrow the elders and leave the village. They're sick of being stuck in this village, and they want to be able to leave. That's kind of the thing that's not said, is not only can you not go in the Forbidden Woods, it's really hard to leave the village too, it seems. So they're all on the same side, which is fine. Having allies for your main character, in this case Liam is the main character, with Kana and E being the secondary / mains based on how the story goes. That's all fine. My issue is that, with the exception of Kana being a girl, they all feel very similar in tone, in action, in the way they talk. It's almost like they're just the same person. Which, I mean, they are. They're all written by the same author, so they are all the same person. I can't really, claim that they're not. I did say that in a novella you don't have a lot of space to develop things. And while that's true, your characters still need to be unique, and they still need to stand out and sound like they're different people and feel like they're different people. And it can't just be superficial stuff. It can't just be, oh, one's a girl, or one guy uses a sword and she uses a bow and arrow, or whatever. Like, yes, that helps us figure out kind of how to arrange people in the story, but you can do better than that. So a couple of ways to do this are, one, the easiest way, is to really explore what your character's opinions are within their shared goal. Because allies, even if you're on the same page with the bigger picture, you're going to disagree about ways to do things. And that was something I didn't see a whole lot in this book, and probably could have made the story a little bit more interesting if Liam and Kana and the others were arguing more about, oh, I think we should do it this way. No, I think we should do it this way. Well, maybe the elders aren't so bad. Maybe they have a point. No, they're totally garbage. Another way to do this is through different aging. Now, that is superficial, saying, oh, one of them's significantly older than the others. That would be superficial. But with age comes different perspectives. So you can have a character that is maybe more of an advisor to the others, as opposed to all of them being in their 20s, I think is what it was, and all kind of floundering in the same way and dealing with the same sort of level of experience. You have someone that's a little bit older who can guide them on this path, someone who's maybe been around the resistance a little bit longer and has more information than they do. That's another way to set someone apart. Senses of humor are another great way to designate different people. Fantasy tends to rely very heavily on sarcasm for our humor, which is, great. I love that. Sarcasm is a wonderful thing, but it's not the only way to be humorous. You can be just straight goofy, cracking jokes, literally cheesy puns, things like that. Or, maybe someone doesn't even have a sense of humor. Maybe someone is just really dry and, just doesn't get it. Kind of think of Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that was humorous on its own. I think it is important to have at least one character that has a little bit of humor in him, even in a dark fantasy story, just because it's not really believable to be dark all the time. You're going to have something funny happen if you spend enough time with people, right? So having at least one character that has a humorous side, and if you have multiple characters that are humorous in different ways. Another way is think about introvert versus extrovert. Not everyone, even in a resistance, is going to be the, yes, let's charge into battle guy. Some people are going to want to hang back. Some people are going to be, well, maybe I'll just stay back for this one. I'll man the phones, or whatever the equivalent is for this world. I'll be the guy in the chair, as was said in Spider-Man Homecoming, I want to say. The first one, whatever the first one was, with the vulture. One of the things I like to use is, honestly, Dungeons and Dragons. Think about the different character traits. Think about the different character roles, and the characteristics that would go along with something like that. Maybe you don't use it exactly like that, especially if you're not writing fantasy. It would be a little bit weird to have like a ranger, you know, or a paladin in your political thriller, but it's a place to start, is my point. And they have it really well mapped out for you. And it helps you kind of get the juices flowing about like how different characterizations can happen even within a party, so to speak. So that's just a few things to get you started. There are tons of character sheets out there. I don't really use them because I think a lot of them tend to rely on the superficial, hair color, eye color, age, weight, skin color, all of these things. And personally, I just don't find that very useful when it comes to actually like writing the story. It's all very good and you want to be able to visualize your characters, but it's going to be those individual traits that are really going to be the thrust of your characters and are going to inform how they behave in the story, which you can't really say about like, oh, a blonde versus a brunette. I guess physical appearance can inform, you know, your personality, but it's typically depending on your world. If you're, you know, heavy versus like chiseled, that might affect like how people treat you. So that affects how you treat other people. In any case, definitely look up a character sheet if you feel like that would be helpful. Otherwise, just writing a few notes for each one, their general outlook on life, their age, their potential sense of humor, and introvert, extrovert kind of thing. That'll be a good start for you, and then you can always fill in things as you go. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Indie Book Club. If you're interested in reading The Vial of Desire for yourself, it is available on Amazon. I have included a buy link down there in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and click and go grab it right now. If you've liked what you've seen here today, please click the subscribe button or like the video. We're also available on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Ugly Cat or The Ugly Cat Press. So check us out on those channels and see what we're up to. And of course, you can find everything you need from us at theuglycatpress.com, including our new proofreading and developmental editing pricing guide. Next month, our last month of 2021 and our last book of 2021, we will be talking about The Ethereal Road, a solitary tale. It is spiritual self-help, so they say, but it's really more of a memoir, a very dream-like memoir. And if that's confusing, make sure to watch the episode so you can know what I'm talking about. Take care, guys. Have a great holiday season, and I will see you next time. Oh my God. I'm never doing summer pregnancy again. This is the worst.